Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here, and a special thanks to all the Webit team who's working really hard to make this happen. I'm standing here today with this vehicle, and I know some of you might be asking yourself, well, what's this? Let me tell you. Malloy Aeronautics built the first ever hoverbike. It was an aircraft that was designed to be flown like a motorbike at low altitude and be way safer than a helicopter. From then, we've moved and developed this technology for many different uses. So, as you can see, the shape of this vehicle looks like something that can be piloted, but some of you might be asking, well, where's the seat? There isn't. This is an autonomous vehicle that can deliver 130 kilograms anywhere without a pilot. Why did we do that? Yes, we do love hoverbikes. But the reason we're doing this is more exciting than it sounds. It's usefulness. I'll put an example. Smartphones. These things are just great, are really powerful devices. We can talk to anyone, anywhere, at any time. We can even run business from that. We can have access to all the knowledge in the world from here. This gives us the power of freedom in the digital world. However, what happens in the physical world? You can do all of these things as long as you have coverage. So basically, you need lots of antennas and billions in infrastructure to be able to use it. I will put another example. Cars. Cars are also an expression of freedom. We can go anywhere with a car. We can go anywhere as long as there is a road that goes there. And this happens with cars, happens with trucks, with trains, and even ships close to the shore. So if you think about every time you have ordered a parcel on Amazon, eBay, or any online shop, and that was just delivered to your house, you have to realize that there is a need of a really, really big and reliable infrastructure to make this delivery possible. So it's all about logistics. And we are interested in logistics, but in a very specific type of logistics. Logistics that can save lives. So think about ambulances. If you have a heart attack, an ambulance needs to come to you within 15 minutes. Otherwise, your chance of survival gets reduced. Ambulances have to go through roads. And roads are more and more congested these days, and you cannot move buildings. So infrastructure is limiting the response time. Now think about an emergency situation. So a natural catastrophe in which you just don't have infrastructure. That's where it gets really interesting. And that's what we started doing. When we started developing the hoverbike, we had many chats with emergency, humanitarian, and defense organizations. And they had a very, very similar challenges. How to get the right supplies fast to the point of need and without risking more lives. So in these situations, roads are congested or might be inexistent. Big machinery to carry those payloads might not be accessible or might be too expensive. And using helicopters, sometimes it's just not an option. Any other alternative, it's just really slow. And in times where you need to react fast, that is a problem. So we said, can we actually do something about it? Can we solve these challenges? And of course, the answer was yes. So we used this technology to start building vehicles that could solve these challenges without any effort. We built a family of vehicles that can transport from 1 to 180 kilograms autonomously with any effort and just pressing a button. And this is really powerful. They are electric, their cost of maintenance is really low, their cost of operation is even lower, and you need no ground infrastructure at all, more than the existing one, of course. So we have done many things. We even make our own batteries like Tesla does. But the key here is the use that you can give it. So we have been able, and we are manufacturing drones that can save lives in the sea. So if you fall from a ship, Sometimes it takes up to 20 minutes to turn around and find that person, in which case the chance of survivability is really low. With the drone, you can just drop a live raft, and it can be automated as soon as the alarm rings. We also partner with top leading companies in the world to offer end-to-end solutions. And by this I mean, we've been able to make a drone that goes and finds the box of supplies, left alone, descends, picks it up, and delivers it somewhere else with no human input. And of course, we test our vehicles in all relevant conditions, and we can deliver supplies that are big enough that are relevant in the real world. So these are things that we do. But what can we do right now with this technology? So I've mentioned how important it is to deliver supplies to save lives. There's something, that's not the only thing, there's something even more interesting about that, which is the cost of it. I'll give you some examples, which are basically something called the last mile. Last mile doesn't stand for 1 mile, it's 1 to 20, 30 miles. And as sort of an example, sometimes ships need to transfer things to other ships. And this is a really slow and risky maneuver. Sometimes they even use helicopters for items that are not that big. Offshore platforms. They need items, tools, supplies on a daily basis. And they have no other way to get them than to hire or buy boats and helicopters. And these solutions are just what is available right now. And they cost up to $10,000 per day. So that's a lot of money. With these platforms, you can get easily down to a tenth of that cost, if not much, much, much lower. And of course, we can send supplies to anywhere in the world that doesn't have infrastructure. So the top of a mountain, the middle of a desert, in the sea. So think about that. We actually live in cities because we are close to resources. Yes, there is a cultural part, there's a social part, but if you can live in the middle of a mountain, somewhere nicer, closer to whatever you feel, and you have those resources coming to you, is there a need to pay a higher price for a flat in a city where you want to be able to walk with that just 10 minutes to the place where you can get all your food and groceries? Maybe not. So this is everything that we can do right now, as we speak. What can we do in the future? Well, we're setting the stones for unmanned air mobility. We're starting with logistics, but we're solving all the challenges, all the technological challenges, all the legal challenges, all the use challenges for the next steps to come. And you've all heard about those. Flying taxis, air ambulances, drone deliveries, and hoverbikes. It's just a matter of making those drones bigger so we can carry people, as we have done. So I would like to finish my presentation by saying that during the last 10 years, we have revolutionized the digital world with the internet. Now we finally have the chance to revolutionize the physical world. Thank you very much.